Living alone as an older adult can feel like both a blessing and a challenge. On one hand, you have freedom, independence, and the chance to build your days exactly how you want them. On the other hand, there can be worries, safety, loneliness, and simply figuring out how to manage everything by yourself. If you're watching this, maybe you're living alone for the first time in years, after kids have moved out, after a partner has passed, or simply by choice. Whatever your situation, I want you to know, it's not only possible to live well on your own, but you can actually thrive. In this video, I'll share 5 practical tips for living safely, happily, and confidently on your own as an older adult. Along the way, I'll tell you some real stories of people who've done it, so you know you're not alone in this journey. So let's dive in. Tip 1. Make your home safe and senior-friendly. When you're living alone, your home isn't just your home, it's your lifeline. That means safety comes first. Think about it. Falls are the #1 cause of injury for older adults, and most falls happen at home. Small changes can make a huge difference. For example, one woman I spoke to, let's call her Margaret, had lived in the same house for 40 years. When she began living alone in her 70s, she realized her old throw rugs and cluttered hallway were a real hazard. After a small fall, she decided to invest in grab bars in the bathroom, brighter lighting in the hallways, and she got rid of the rugs. That one change gave her so much peace of mind. Other things to consider. Install grab bars near the toilet and shower. Keep floors clear of clutter and cords. Improve lighting, especially motion sensor lights in stairways or outside. Consider a medical alert system. These aren't just precautions. They're what allow you to stay independent longer. Tip 2. Stay connected with people. Loneliness is one of the hardest parts of living alone as we get older. And it doesn't just feel bad, it can actually affect your health. Studies have shown loneliness can increase the risk of heart disease, memory problems, even shorten lifespan. But here's the good news. Connection is still very possible. It just takes intention. I remember a man named Thomas who retired and then lost his wife within the same year. At first, he stayed home and barely spoke to anyone. But eventually, he decided to join a local men's group at the community center. They met once a week for coffee and cards. He told me it was the single thing that pulled him out of a dark place. You can do the same. Join a local club or activity, book clubs, gardening groups, or senior fitness classes. Volunteer. Giving your time not only helps others, it gives you a sense of purpose. Use technology, video calls, online interest groups, even social media can keep you connected to family and friends. The bottom line, make connection a part of your weekly routine. Living alone doesn't have to mean living lonely. Tip 3. Create a daily routine you actually enjoy. One challenge of living alone is the lack of structure. When nobody else is around, it's easy to let the day slip by. That can lead to boredom, sadness, or even poor health. The trick is to build a routine that gives your day shape and meaning. Take the example of Clara, a 68-year-old who found herself alone after her daughter moved across the country. She started every morning with the same small ritual, a cup of tea on the porch, while she wrote down 3 things she was grateful for. After that, she'd take a short walk around the block. That simple routine gave her a reason to get out of bed with purpose. Your routine doesn't need to be complicated. It can be as simple as wake up at the same time each day, eat meals at regular times, schedule activities like a walk, reading, or hobbies. Build in social time, even if it's a phone call. When you live alone, routine is what anchors you. It gives your day structure, and structure helps you feel grounded. Tip 4. Prioritize your health. This one may sound obvious, but it's crucial. Your health is everything. Without someone in the house to notice changes, you have to be extra mindful about taking care of yourself. That means regular checkups with your doctor, keeping up with medications, eating balanced meals instead of skipping or snacking all day, moving your body daily. I once met a retired teacher named Ed who said he didn't realize how much his late wife had influenced his eating habits until she was gone. On his own, he found himself eating canned soup for dinner almost every night. Eventually, he joined a cooking class for seniors. Not only did he learn to cook healthier meals, but he also met new friends. His doctor told him his blood pressure improved just from eating better. If cooking feels overwhelming, try meal delivery programs geared toward seniors. Many communities even have services that deliver hot, balanced meals right to your door. And don't forget exercise. It doesn't have to be intense. Just walking, stretching, or light yoga can do wonders. Movement keeps you strong, prevents falls, and lifts your mood. Tip 5. Plan ahead for emergencies. Living alone means you have to be proactive about safety nets. Emergencies happen, whether it's a fall, a health issue, or even a natural disaster. Having a plan makes all the difference. Think about who your go-to person is in case of emergency. A neighbor, a family member. Make sure they know how to reach you and you know how to reach them. Keep a list of important phone numbers in an easy-to-find spot. And consider modern tools. Many older adults now use smart watches that can call for help if they fall. There's also the financial side of planning. Make sure your bills are on auto pay if possible, and that someone you trust knows how to access important documents if needed. I remember hearing about a woman named Janice who had a stroke while living alone. Because she had already set up a medical alert bracelet and given her neighbor a spare key, she was able to get help within minutes. That planning saved her life. When you plan ahead, you don't just protect yourself, you give yourself peace of mind. Bonus tip: embrace your independence. Yes, living alone comes with challenges, but it also comes with opportunities. You get to create your own routines, decorate your space the way you like, eat when you want, sleep when you want, and try new things. For some, this becomes the first time in decades where life is fully on their terms. That can be freeing. Take advantage of this season, try new hobbies, travel if you can, take classes, or start projects you always put off. Living alone doesn't have to mean just getting by. It can mean thriving in your independence. So let's recap the 5 big tips for living well alone as an older person. Make your home safe and senior-friendly. Stay connected with people. Create a daily routine you enjoy. Prioritize your health. Plan ahead for emergencies. And the bonus tip: embrace your independence and make the most of this chapter of life. Living alone doesn't mean living less. With the right approach, it can be a season of freedom, growth, and even joy. If this video was helpful, please hit the like button. It really supports the channel. Subscribe so you don't miss future videos about navigating life's transitions. And most importantly, share your story in the comments. How have you adjusted to living alone? What tips would you share? Your story might be exactly what someone else needs to hear today. Thanks for watching, and remember, you're not alone in living alone.